Hello friends, welcome to our channel Angreji Sahitya. Today we will talk about Things Fall Apart, a famous novel by Chinua Achebe, published in 1958. This novel is one of the most important books about African life and culture. Achebe wrote it to show the world what life was really like in Africa before Europeans arrived and how things changed when they did. The title Things Fall Apart comes from a line in a poem called The Second Coming by W.B. Yeats. The line is Things fall apart, the center cannot hold, mere anarchy is loosened upon the world. This title perfectly fits the story, as the novel is about a strong culture that gradually falls apart due to outside influences. Today, we will explore the life of the main character Okonkwo and how this world changes. Dividing the story into three parts, let's begin. Part 1 Life in Umofia. The story begins in the village of Umofia, a small but powerful group of villages in Nigeria. The main character Okonkwo is a respected leader in Umofia. He is known for his strength, bravery, and hard work. Okonkwo became famous at a young age when he defeated a great wrestler named Amelinze the cat. This victory made him well known and admired in the village. Okonkwo's life is deeply influenced by his father Unoka. Unoka was a kind man who loved music, especially playing the flute. But he was also lazy and irresponsible. He often borrowed money and never paid it back. Because of this, he was considered a failure by the standards of the Igbo people, who valued hard work and success. Okonkwo was determined to be different from his father. He worked tirelessly to become successful, growing yams and earning respect in his community. He feared failure and weakness, which made him very strict, especially with his family. One of the key events in part 1 is the arrival of a boy named Ikeme Funa in Okonkwo's household. Ikeme Funa is given to Mofia by a neighboring village as a part of peace settlement after a murder. Although Ikeme Funa is initially frightened and homesick, he gradually becomes part of Okonkwo's family. He grows close to Okonkwo's eldest son, Navowe, and has a positive influence on him. Ikeme Funa is hardworking, cheerful, and quickly gains Okonkwo's approval. Okonkwo grows fond of Ikeme Funa, though he never shows it openly, because he believes showing affection is a sign of weakness. Ikeme Funa stays with Okonkwo's family for 3 years and becomes like a son to him, even calling Okonkwo's father. However, despite his affection for the boy, Okonkwo remains strict and maintains a tough exterior. The peace in Okonkwo's household is shattered when the Oracle of the Hills and Caves decrees that Ikeme Funa must be killed as a part of a ritual. Even though Okonkwo is advised not to take part in the boy's death, he does so anyway, fearing that not participating would make him look weak. This decision haunts Okonkwo, as Ikeme Funa had become an important part of his family. The death of Ikeme Funa marks a turning point in the novel, introducing themes of fate, sacrifice, and the harness of traditional customs. The first of the novel ends with the celebration of the feast of the New Yam, a festival that shows the community's deep connection to their traditions and the importance of family and togetherness. However, this celebration is overshadowed by the underlying tension in Okonkwo's life and the ominous changes that are about to come. Part 2 Exile in Mabanta. In the second part of the novel, Okonkwo's life takes a tragic turn. He accidentally kills a young boy during a funeral ceremony, which is considered a serious crime in Igbo culture. As a result, Okonkwo and his family are exiled from Umofia for 7 years. They move to Mabanta, Okonkwo's mother's village, where they are welcomed, but Okonkwo feels deeply humiliated and frustrated. During Okonkwo's exile, significant changes begin to unfold in the region. European missionaries arrive, bringing Christianity and new ways of thinking. They build a church in Mabanta and start converting some of the villagers. The missionaries' message of equality and salvation appeals to many people, especially those who feel marginalized by the traditional Igbo society. Navobe, Okonkwo's son, becomes one of the early converts to Christianity. Navobe has always struggled with his father's hardness and the strict customs of their culture. He finds peace and answers in the new religion, which offers him a sense of belonging and hope. His conversion causes a deep rift between him and his father, who sees it as a betrayal of their culture and values. The missionaries continue to gain followers, causing division within the community. Some villagers embrace the new faith, while others, like Okonkwo, see it as a threat to their way of life. The tension between the traditional Igbo culture and the new Christian beliefs creates a conflict that will soon reach a breaking point. Part 3, Return and Fall. After 7 years of exile, Okonkwo returns to Mofia, hoping to restore his status and regain his former glory. However, he finds that the village has changed significantly. The influence of the missionaries and the British colonial government has grown, and many villagers have converted to Christianity. Okonkwo is deeply disappointed by the changes in his community. He tries to rally the villagers to resist the colonizers and defend their traditions, but many are hesitant or unwilling to fight. The unity and strength that once defined the villages are now fractured. The situation escalates when a Christian convert desecrates the sacred Igbo shrine. In response, the villagers destroy the church, but this act of defiance leads to a confrontation with the British authorities. Okonkwo and other leaders are arrested, humiliated, and punished by the colonial government. After their release, Okonkwo realizes that the villagers are too afraid to fight back. In a final act of defiance, he kills a British messenger, hoping to inspire his people to resist. However, the villagers do not join him, and Okonkwo realizes that his world has truly fallen apart. In the end, Okonkwo takes his own life by hanging himself. His suicide is seen as a disgrace in Igbo culture, marking the ultimate downfall of everything he stood for. The novel concludes with the district commissioner, a British official, considering Okonkwo's story as just a small, unimportant part of his book on African customs, highlighting the dehumanization and misunderstanding brought by colonial rule. Now, let's discuss themes explored in this novel. Cultural clash. The arrival of Europeans disrupts the cultural and social fabric of the Igbo people, leading to a clash between indigenous customs and Western values. Strength and masculinity. Okonkwo's perception of masculinity drives his actions, leading to harsh treatment of others and his downfall. Change and tradition. Okonkwo's resistance to change highlights the difficulty of preserving cultural traditions in the face of external pressures. Family and relationships. The novel explores various family dynamics, particularly the strained relationship between Okonkwo and Navobe. And that's the story of Things Fall Apart. It's a powerful tale about change, tradition, and one man's struggle to keep his world from falling apart. Chinua Achebe uses Okonkwo's life to show the impact of colonialism on African societies and the challenges of adapting to change. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. See you next time.